It's actually a really cool time. No! Foxes, come back! No! Oh, I'm so sad. Hey you guys, what's up? This is Neonaxid, and today I'm back, and I thought we'd take a little look at the new Minecraft Snapshot update for 1.14 when it comes out. It's been a little while, but I think I can get back into the groove of things with starting out with this. So what this mod, or what this update actually brings is new villager types, new villages, a bunch of new blocks. As you can see, I set up my little blacksmiths here, and I got a bunch of stuff over here. The new villagers look absolutely amazing. This is probably my #1 favorite update that they've done so far. I have always loved finding villages and doing things with them, but this update takes it a whole new level, and it is absolutely amazing. Some of the villager models are just the coolest things ever. I love his goggles. Some of them still don't some of them don't have jobs, and some of them do. This green guy right here, let me take the shield off. This green guy right here, he doesn't have a job, so he's kind of just a normal villager, but this guy, I think, is cartographer. Yeah. So now what they added to villagers as well is you can actually see their trades on the side. So if I give him 24 paper, he'll give me an emerald. And so the more you trade with them, the better they get, and the more, the better upgrades that they have, and the better items that they sell you. But the first things that we're going to look at after these villagers is some of the new items. Now, I've got a bunch of them set up here. There's some next door, and then there's some down in our new construction office. Professor Pig's not here. He's still packing up the lab and getting it over here. But so this isn't new, obviously. This is the anvil that was always here. But as you guys can see, there's these new blocks called barrels. And what they are is they're storage blocks. So they're basically a chest, but you can stack them on top of each other, and you can still use them for this kind of stuff. So what we're going to do is I'm going to grab a bunch of this stuff out. So the first thing we're going to look at is the grindstone. So what the grindstone does is it'll repair and disenchant your tools and weapons. So if I take this diamond pickaxe and I put a diamond in there with it, or no, I put that in there, it'll repair it like that. If I put a silk touch diamond pickaxe, so say you have like something on there that you don't want, you can put it in there, take it off, and now it gives you some of the XP back, and it also gives you the diamond pickaxe fully. Now you can still repair any of this stuff. You can still do the diamond, or you can still do the diamond pickaxe to the diamond in the anvil, and it'll still do it. Another thing that they added, I think, is this update, is you can now. So it used to be if you clicked like the E button when you were using a tool or a block or something. Hello there. You'd just drop it on the floor, but now it just goes straight back into your inventory, which is great. So the next thing we're going to look at is the stone cutter. So this one's really cool. This is an item that lets you just basically put in the stone, or put in stone, andesite, stone bricks, and cobblestone. It'll basically give you all the things that you can make with them, and you just click on it. It'll take out one stone for everything that you need to make. So you can make as many of that thing as you want. You can also shift click and it'll do the exact same thing. So obviously slabs are half. This takes a full block. So I could put this in there, make new fences. Bam. Perfect. Stone. I'm going to make some... You can actually make stone slabs now as well. And cobblestone, you can do all the same stuff with. It's pretty cool. Now this is a weapon forge, or a weapon forge, something like that. But it has no application yet. It doesn't have a thing that it can do, but if you set it in a villager's house and they don't have a job, then they will take up the job as the weaponsmith. This right here is a blast furnace. This thing is one of my favorites. They added in a couple of upgrades to furnaces, which I'm really, really happy about. So if I get some coal, I believe I'm being nudged by yeah, there's the iron golem. So we're going to throw all that back in there. So if I get some coal and some iron ore, what this does is it only smelts ores now. So if you make a blast furnace, it'll only smelt ores. You can't cook food in it, but it'll cook it twice as fast as a normal furnace will. It might be twice, it might not be. It's an amount faster. I'm not quite sure the speed or how much better it is than a furnace, but we'll leave that going. So continuing on with the blocks, I'll get to new weapons and stuff like that later. But So we have all this stuff. There's food stuff now that's also in here. A smoker. So this is basically a cooker or a stove. So what you do is you put coal in the bottom. This will only cook food. It won't cook ores anymore. So there's a furnace still, which can either be upgraded into a smoker or a blast furnace. And they've all got new animations for them. That one's got that. I think this one's just got, yeah, it's just red, orange, and yellow, and then it's got little smoke particles. These things are amazing. I love that they added these in. They're so good. So a couple other things that they added in for food really quick is there's now a new kind of soup, which is I think it's some kind of stew. And I know it sounds really weird, but I really want to try it. And because you make it with flowers, so certain flowers will give you good buffs, certain flowers won't. So what you do is you craft it. So you put a bowl, red mushroom, brown mushroom, and then a flower. So you got oxeye daisies, lily of the valley, cornflower, blue orchids. Oop, wrong spot. Wither rose. I bet you can guess what that one's gonna do. Tulips, and all these other flowers. There's a total of 10 of them. Now, half of them are good buffs, half of them are bad buffs. So if you're playing on a server and you really don't like somebody, just give them a suspicious stew and make sure to load it up with a slightly bad flower. So if I was hungry or if I was in survival mode, we could eat these and see what they do. But I believe what some of them do is it's regeneration, leaping, wither from the wither rose. If you couldn't have guessed that already, I'll give it to you for free. But there's a bunch of other stuff. So let me switch to survival mode. And we can actually try some of these, or try at least one. So I don't actually know which order I put these back in. So it's going to be kind of a little bit of a gamble. So that one gave me saturation for like 4 seconds. So they're not bad. It's definitely something that like you won't kill somebody on. It's just like a funny joke. If you give them a wither one and they eat it, it's just kind of funny. So I think that's a little interesting that they added that in. But yeah, so food's cooking well. All this stuff is going well. There wasn't really much else added. These are not tables, by the way. These are scaffolding, which we'll get to in a couple minutes. But that's really all of the sort of like blacksmith and tool things. Now down here, we've got the brand new Golden Builders headquarters and Golden map making. We got our offices upstairs, nice little things. One of our contracts, the town we live in now is Burdell, so we've got the nice new Burdell permit, so we can build and help improve the town. So what we got here is we have looms, a cartography table, and a Fletcher's table. The Fletcher's table is just like the weaponsmith's table, which it doesn't do anything right now. They're planning on adding in stuff for it later, but not this update apparently. So what the loom does is it's a new way of making banners. So what you do is you can take any banner you want, you can place it in there, and then you give it you put whatever color dye you want, and it'll actually give you the patterns that you can make with it. So if you wanted to make just a brown dot in the center, you could do that. And it's a lot easier of a way rather than putting it in a crafting table in a certain order. And it is absolutely wonderful. I love this new system for crafting these things. And you could use it on any die. There is a limit, however. There's a certain limit on how many of the ones you could put in. So some of the old banners where you could make like super detailed swords and things like that, you can't really do anymore, which kind of sucks. But they do have patterns now as well. So if I go back into creative mode, so they have banner patterns, which are just, they're basically like adding the creeper heads and things like that. So a skull charge, so a skull charge plus whatever color banner you want gets you a blue skull banner. There's also a globe, so it gives you a little cube globe, which is really cool. And a thing, which is the Mojang, whatever it's called, insignia, I guess is what you'd call it. But these things are really cool. I enjoy the new looms. They're a lot. I used to get really confused by it and have to like look up tutorials on how to make a bunch of like different banners, and so now you can't really do as much with them anymore. But it's just easier to make. So if you have a simple idea that you want to make out of banners, then you can easily make them now. The next thing we're going to look at is the cartography table right here. So what we have is paper and an empty map. So what this does is it'll copy maps and it can make more of them. And it's really easy and it's really simple. So you take a map. This is a whole map of our area now. So you can see all the buildings and all the little things that are going on. And so if I take this down and I put it in a cartography table, put the map in, put paper in, it'll increase the map size. So you can explore more, you can put more stuff down on the map. But if I add in an empty map, it'll copy the map. So now I've got two maps that are exactly the same. So if you made a map and you wanted to give it to a friend, but you didn't want to, go and re-explore the whole area, you can just copy it. Or if you wanted to explore it more and make it a little bigger, then you can do that, and it'll get you so that you can explore and look around and make the map just a little bit bigger. And then you can copy the bigger maps as well. So if you make a huge map of your area, like absolutely gigantic, you can copy it, give it to your friend, or keep it in your house, whatever one you want. So yeah, and it'll copy it exactly. You can also do this with treasure maps. So if you go and find a buried treasure map in the water underneath, and you want to give it to a friend who wants to go deep sea diving, and you both want to try and find it and see who can find it first, you can both get the treasure map. And it's really cool. It's really simple. It is, in my opinion, it's actually my favorite block out of all these that they put in, which just makes it absolutely wonderful and amazing. So next thing we're going to look at is this baby right here. This doesn't look like much, but it is actually a campfire. So what you can do with these is it's kind of like a little portable light. So if you're out in the wilderness looking around, you can light it with a flint and steel or a fire charge. It'll emit a certain amount of light. So if we go time set night, if I can spell it right, there we go. So it'll emit a certain amount of light. I think it's a little bit more than what a torch does. But you can actually cook food on it as well. It cooks a little bit slower than a furnace, but as soon as it's done, it's going to pop off. You can hurt yourself by standing on it if I was in survival mode, which I can be because I have no reason to be in. So you can stand on top of it, and it'll hurt you a little bit, but it's not much. I think this is in peaceful mode, maybe. No, it's in normal. So I'm just taking a very little amount of damage. Oh, there we go. Now it's starting to hurt. So yeah, it'll hurt you. It'll take some health off. Hello, good sir. What are you trading? So novice toolsmith. So if I give him 24 coal or 5 emeralds, he'll give me an unbreaking shovel. So yeah, you guys didn't really see it, but it just kind of, all the pork just kind of popped off. I think this guy's a little hungry. So, oh, no, he's leaving. He's off adventuring. See you later, bud. Have fun. So the next thing we're also going to look at is, this is called a composter. So what it does is it basically makes, I believe, bone meal for you. So you can take, like, basically leaves, cactuses, flowers, stuff like that. What do you want? Holy cow, leave me alone. I'm trying to explain things. Jeez. Yeah, I'm yelling at you. Holy cow. This guy's... Ugh. There we go. Ow. Oh, that guy annoys me. Anyway, so you can put, like, cactuses, flowers, and oak leaves in here. Why did you just stand on the fire, you idiot? Holy cow, this guy is just... Ugh. Go away. Go away. Jeez. Anyway, if I can finish explaining, there you go. Go have a drink. Holy crap. Alright, so if you put this in put like leaves or flowers in a compost bin, it'll slowly fill up. And over time, as it fills up, it'll give you bone meal. So it's only one bone meal for all this stuff. But if you have like, if you go out and take down a tree and you want to like keep the leaves and make some bone meal out of it, it's not certain that you'll get one for every leaf. So normally I think it's 8 layers, I think. So if you do, like, I can put in as many leaves as I want. As you can see, I'm putting in a ton, and I'm only maybe getting out a few. But once it turns white, it'll give you bone meal, and you can do this with basically any green thing, which is absolutely wonderful. It's a good use for for when you have useless flowers in your house and you really don't want to do anything with them. So the next thing that we're going to do, if I can get through it without interruptions, but first, we want to be safe. We want to keep this town nice and secure because we're going to live here. So what you want to do is you can put out the campfire with a water bucket. So you just place a water bucket on top of it, and it'll just straight up put it out. My horse is now floating away. Hello. So one other thing that's in here as well is they've added leather horse armor. So what you can do with this, it's like your own armor that you can add colors to, maybe. This new crafting system kind of irritates me, but I know that they said they can add colors to them. So it's just the same as regular armor. So you just right click, put armor on it, and there you go. So you now have a horse with horse armor, and I can't move any farther because there's an invisible lead holding me to this post, but that works perfectly. And yeah, he looks beautiful. So you can dye it, make it look like you have diamond horse armor, impress your friends, when really we all know that you don't, and you kind of suck. All right, so the one other thing that we're gonna do is I've actually set up a little, so this is a loom. So, or not a loom, this is a lectern. So what you can do is you can put books on this. So I've got a little book and quill here, so I'm gonna put the book and quill on. So it set the time to this. I've got a little bit of a story time set up for this little demonstration. So if you open it up, it says hi. It says this, and I believe this is the wrong book because I had a book set to tell a whole story, and now I'm really sad because it's just gonna make me look dumb. I'm sorry, villager. You basically just sealed your fate for nothing. So as you can see, what I've done so far is I set it to nighttime. I summoned a villager, I summoned a zombie, and so now they're fighting against each other. And door broke. Oh, I think the other zombie. Oh, there he is. Okay, good. So as you can see, the zombie villagers too, if you guys ever find one in the wild, they'll be accustomed to whatever biome they're in. So this biome is I believe this is a plains, if I remember correctly. No, this is a taiga biome. So they'll each have outfits depending on where they're at. So this is a taiga biome, so they all have taiga outfits. Some of them over there have plains outfits. So the next thing we have is so what this story was meant to be, I'm so sad that I messed this up. I'm really sorry. I thought this was going to be amazing and epic. It wasn't. So what this story was actually supposed to be was, it was supposed to be once there was a villager and he stayed out all night and then he got attacked by a zombie and then the zombie killed him and they became zombie friends and then they all died because it rained lava and the sun came out and it was going to be great and epic, but now I feel like an idiot, so we're going to move on. Anyway. It's not working right. Anyway. One of the other things is there's now scaffolding blocks, and these things are really cool. I enjoy them because building is one of my favorite things. I'm not very good at it, but I do enjoy it. So one thing that you can do with this is we actually got a little bit of a contract to take all the moss off this old building and replace it with regular stone. So I can do that easily from down here with these little blocks, or with these ones that are like right next to the ground. Pretty simple. But the ones up higher, like the one up there, I could go inside and ruin that guy's day for, you know, going in and intruding on him while he's trying to, I don't know, sleep or whatever villagers do on their day off. But now we have scaffolding blocks. So what you do is you place this down, and if you look at the bottom of it and you right click, it'll add on new scaffolding. So it adds up to the top, and then you go in it, and it's like a ladder. So if you're up against a wall, or you can hold spacebar. So if you're all the way at the bottom and it's not against the building, so I'll show you that, and you just hold the space bar, you'll actually just ascend right up to the top of it. And if you press the shift button, you'll go down. But you can stay there as well. So I'm letting go of the shift button and I don't have a hold of the space button, and I'm staying right on top of one of them. And these things are these act a little bit like cactuses. So as soon as you hit the bottom one and break it, the whole stack will fall down. These are really, really cool. I love that they added these in for building. Like I said, I'm not very good at it, but it works well for what it does, and I think they are an absolutely wonderful, wonderful addition to this update. So you can easily get to high heights. You can also they also go outward if you want. So if you right click on the top in one of the directions, they will go out in that direction. So you can kind of just stand on one side of a cliff like this, put one down, build across, and now you have a brand new bridge. And so if you break it, They don't exactly break when they're sideways, but if you break the chain and they're not holding on to anything or they're not standing on anything, then they'll break. So there we go. So that one broke too. All right. So now we are going to go look at, we're actually going to go look at one more set of stuff before we get to the new and possibly best part of this update. We're going to look at some of the animals that they added in and a couple of the new things to go with them. So, as you guys can see, we have pandas. Yeah, look at them. This is so these two are the normal type. There's a very rare brown panda that they got added in that I think is really, really cool. We've also got foxes. So as you can see, this fox has a trident sticking out of its mouth. That's not like a glitch. These things will pick up and drop various things that you drop in their pen or drop near them. They'll pick it up and hold it in their mouth. And these are berry bushes. So what you can do with these is right click them like a regular bush, and they'll stay. They do hurt if you stand in them, but they give you sweet berries. So what you can do with sweet berries is, oh, I apparently can't eat anymore, is you can breed foxes with them. So if you give one to a fox and you give the other one to another fox, come over here. There you go. They will now have a little baby fox. And if you feed them and they have a baby fox, eventually, come on guys, this isn't hard. No, it might be for you, I guess. I don't know what's wrong with them. They can have, you breed them with these berries, and I'm really sad. So what you could also do with these, while I'm you know, trying to figure out what I'm doing wrong, if you right click these berries on the ground, they make a bush. And then if you break the bush, you don't get any berries back. But if you right click with a bush and you grow it with bone meal, you can get these berry bushes to grow really, really quick. And you can sit there and just hold it down on them, and you can get tons and tons of berries. Now, these berry bushes spawn in taiga biomes, like taiga forests and things like that. I'm trying to figure out why these things don't want to have a little fox. All right, come here. So if you shift, they will actually, they actually won't run away from you. Oh, there we go. Now I think it's doing it. Yeah, there we go. So now, if I stand up, these two foxes are going to run wild. Baby foxes, if you are the ones that, if you're the ones that feed them the berries and make them have a little foxling or a little pup or whatever they're called, the little fox won't be afraid of you. It's actually a really cool sight. No! Foxes, come back! No! Oh, I'm so sad. Well, there goes the end of that. Luckily, I got one more up there. We're going to look at a couple of the things with the foxes first before we get back to pandas, because although the pandas are cute, foxes, I think, are the much better addition to this. How did you get in there? You're not supposed to be in there. That's a fox pen. Holy cow, what is wrong with you? Also, another thing, iron golems now naturally spawn in villages and they stay. And if they spawn in, they will be aggressive to you if you hit them. So I think if I punch this guy, but I really don't want to because I don't think I got my spawn point set here for some reason. So I think if I punch this guy, I'm just gonna die and it's not gonna be good. But the one thing with foxes is they will chase after chickens and rabbits. So if I put a chicken in here, the fox will start trying to eat it and trying to kill it. So if I'm not like influencing it or anything, then it'll also eat like some of the new stuff that it's picked up. So if I spawn a rabbit in there, it will start trying to eat the rabbit as well. So if I let this guy out and he runs away, I gotta try and track him down and see where he goes. Wolves will actually chase after foxes. So as you can see, that wolf started to go for that fox. Foxes are incredibly quick. So, oh, he just ate the chicken. Oh my goodness, I didn't know they did that. That's so cute. Apparently, if they give food, they'll eat the chicken. That's awesome. All right, well, that's something I didn't know. Glad we're all learning together today. But yeah, so this wolf, he's fine now. He'll stay. We're gonna look at the pandas real quick. So this is what their spawn egg looks like. They're just big and fluffy. So bamboo is also a new block that they added in. So you right click and you can put it on the ground. If you use bone meal on it, you can grow it huge. I mean, these things grow insanely high. And if you break the bottom one, they act just like a cactus or sugarcane. They will break on the bottom. So if I give pandas they're... Ah! Oh, he's aggressive. I didn't know that. I didn't know that one was going to be aggressive. Ouch! They don't like me much. Holy cow. I'm nearly dead. Oh, stay in there, please. Oh, there we go. I can actually eat this one. Okay, so, yeah. So if you give them bamboo to eat, they'll actually sit up and they do a little eating animation. And it's great. They're so cute. So, and they will have little baby pandas. And little baby pandas, because I don't know... I can't really see if the baby panda's in there. Or if they had a baby panda. Ah, oh, I was killed by a panda. No. Oh, I'm so sad. All right, sorry about that, guys. I didn't think this panda would be very aggressive. I didn't think he would be, but apparently they are. So I thinned them out a little bit. So you can have them have little panda cubs and stuff like that. They won't... There's like... Ow! What on earth? They're really hurting me. Like, I don't know why, but they really hurt. Ow! You're supposed to have a little panda! Ow! Oh, now I'm standing in a bush. This is a great start. This is great. I I don't know what to say! Oh my goodness. Anyway, so these things are supposed to have little panda cubs, and the little panda cubs are really cute, and one of the things about them is they sometimes sneeze, and they scare the adult pandas, which I wanted to show, and I thought it'd be really funny, but apparently they hate me. So yeah, we're gonna just put that away. One last thing that we're gonna look at is the wandering... Ow! You are so dead to me. Anyway, the last new, like, neutral mob that we're going to look at is the Wandering Trader. So Wandering Traders have a chance to spawn within 100 blocks of you every day. And the less... If they don't spawn, then it's more likely that they'll spawn later. So if you do a... Like, if you don't see one for at least a good 10 days on Minecraft, odds are it's going to be... You're going to see one soon. Because it goes from, like, oh, you got a 2% chance to, oh, you got a 5% chance, 7%, and it keeps going up until you actually find one. And this is what they look like. And as you can see, when it's nighttime out, they will drink invisibility potions and turn invisible. They also spawn with llamas. Well, that's not right. Thank you for confirming, Wandering Trader. So these guys are actually supposed to be full-sized, normal llamas. So if I change the time to day, this guy will drink milk, and he will actually stop being invisible. But nighttime, they'll drink invisibility potions. And so what you could do is, when you find these in the world, they give you random things. So fire coral block, gray dye, allium, gunpowder, pink tulips. These guys will spawn with trades that will be completely biome specific. So because we are in, I think this is a plains now. Yeah, so because we're in a plains, he's got a different he's got a different item set that he'll sell instead of the normal like traders. And so, or instead of the normal villagers. So what these guys do is they'll just go around. They despawn after, I think, 1 or 2 days. And they will trade with you, and then they'll go away. They'll despawn. They'll disappear. Whatever. And they are just... they're really cool add-on. Because you never see this kind of stuff from normal villages. So the reason why I'm getting the shield out... We've got, I guess, one more block here that I didn't think of. So this is a bell. So the one thing that they added in here to this update is raids. And raids are really, really cool because they added in a whole bunch of new mobs, which we will be looking at as well. But when you ring this bell, all the nearby villagers are supposed to run to houses. So yeah, as you can see, these guys are running. Normally, they're supposed to run to an open house and then go inside and close it. But these guys are just kind of running around randomly like idiots, not really doing anything too important. Get inside! I want to show them this. Yeah, they're just running by the houses. Never mind. But anyway, that's a bell. So that's what they're supposed to do with a bell. That guy up there, he has no idea what he's doing. He's just stuck. He has no idea what to do. So all these items are really, really cool. I enjoy the addition. So one of the new weapons we have is crossbows, and this crossbow is amazing. So the things that you can do, I've got different kinds of arrows and stuff. I've got a spectral arrow, a regular arrow, and a firework rocket. So what you could do with these is if you have I'll show the firework rocket off first, and I'll choose this guy to fire at. So if you hold down the right click button, it'll load up the arrow. And if you're holding a firework rocket in your offhand where your shield's supposed to go, you'll load up a firework. So what you can do with this is you can fire it at things, and it explodes into the colors you choose, and it does damage. And I love it. This thing is wonderful. All right, let's see if I can get this last shot. Ow! And it will damage you if you stand too close. I forgot to mention that. And it will kill. Like, these things are really, really powerful and really awesome. So I'm going to add in I don't know if this is a regular arrow or a spectral arrow. We'll see. Spectral arrow. So you can shoot the effect arrows out of these too. They're really, really useful, and they're quite fun to use. They will still do damage to anything that's got that gets hit by it. So, oh, I missed. You're lucky. You're lucky. I wonder, can I shoot my bird through the window? No, I can't. Well, I think I missed the window here. Nope. He's safe in there. Good job, bird. There we go. So yeah, you can add a bunch of effects to them. You can either use the effect arrows or regular arrows or even firework rockets. I don't know what the damage is for firework rockets, but these things shoot high, they shoot far, and they shoot fast. And they're really, really cool. I love these crossbows. This add-on is really cool, by the way. I really, in case you haven't gotten it from the amount of reallys that I've been using, it is so wonderful. But now that we've got all this fun stuff out of the way, but actually first, before I do that, I've got a couple other things, because I forgot. These things can be enchanted with new enchantments. So there's one called multi-shot, which means that you will fire out, you load up one arrow, you will fire 3 arrows out of one shot. This thing is awesome. I love this enchantment. It's super overpowered, and it's really, really nice. The other ones that we have, there is piercing. So piercing, what you can do, which I guess you can't enchant that one. So quick charge, there's 1, 2, and 3 on quick charge. It basically means that you can basically load your crossbow quicker, which is super useful. Look at all the havoc I'm wreaking on the tree. But piercing, I think, is actually an enchantment for a trident, which I should probably have checked before, but but it's basically supposed to go through like one enemy, hit another, and depending on how many enemies there are, you can pierce through that many, depending on the level it is. So one other thing that they added in that I find really, really funny, and I didn't expect, is mushrooms now have a new type. So as you can see, this is a standard mushroom, normal red one. What I'm going to do is, when they get hit by lightning, so I'm going to summon Minecraft, lightning bolt. They turn into brown cows. Now, if he doesn't die of fire, oh, jeez. All right, new mushroom. So if we summon in a lightning bolt again, they'll turn into brown mushrooms. So these things will also turn back when they get hit by lightning again. They'll turn into a regular mushroom again. But what you can do is you can feed these guys a flower. So it sounds kind of dumb, but you can feed him like a wither rose. And you heard the little, you could hear the little sound there that it made. And you can milk it for stew, the suspicious stew, yet again. So we're gonna go back to survival mode. And I got suspicious stew. So if I drink this, it'll give me wither for 6 seconds. So the type of soup that you get, you have to feed them a flower every time if you want the suspicious stew every time. But depending on the flower you feed them, it will correspond with whatever thing that you want, or thing that. Oh, I thought you were gonna get aggressive on me there, buddy. The flower that you feed them will dictate what suspicious stew effect that they get. So we are going to take one look around the village real quick, because they added in new buildings and the way that these things look, and they are absolutely amazing. They now have beds. Villagers at night will sleep in beds if they feel threatened or if there's like zombies and things around. So as you can see, there's different colored beds. There's different types of layouts. There's the little ones with the wooden siding right there. There's ones with frame on it. There's the normal like church style one, which I think has been turned into something else. So we'll go inside and look at that real quick. There's nothing up in the upper levels, but there's now like you get a brewing stand in the bottom level. So if you just want to come in and start pillaging villages, you go right ahead. They got a whole bunch of new stuff added in, and it is absolutely wonderful. This update is my 100% favorite that they have done so far, and I can't wait to see the update ones. I want future dungeons, better dungeons, and like better things like that. I do like the houses out in the dark forest and stuff like that, but I think they could do so much more with the way dungeons and stuff works. So what we're going to do now is we're going to look at the brand new mobs that they added in for your enemies. So I've already got a crossbow, so I don't need that, but I'll take the trident and the bow. I got all my arrows. So some of these are new, some of these aren't. What these are is they are a mob for raids. And what raids are is an event on the villages. So this is an illager, or a pillager. So these guys will come in on raids and destroy your villages. However, they don't really do that if you just kill them normally. They are aggressive, by the way. I'm in creative mode, so I can't get killed, but they are super aggressive. So we'll spawn in one. I'll go to survival mode. This guy is going to start. Yeah, so as you can see, they do the animation. They load up. Oh. And they will fire at you. Ow. And they'll do a lot of damage. Where's my good crossbow at? There we go. Oh, he got me. So yeah, as you guys can see, these guys hit hard, and they hit well, and you have to be ready and prepared to fight these guys and take them on. So, and some of the other ones is, so there's a pillager, an evoker, like normal. They'll summon in like the little pixie things, which are really annoying to deal with. Ouch! Holy smokes. All right, we're going back to creative mode to deal with this guy. But they'll spawn in on raids as well when we get around to that, because we'll do that on the other world, because I've got all this stuff loaded up there. The one is a Ravager. This guy is huge. They'll come in and they'll be a normally if they come in on raids, there'll be a pillager riding on top of him. These guys are insane. So they do a lot of damage, and I just threw my sword, and they will hit you through shields. And as you guys can hear, they make like villager sounds as well. They're really odd looking. I find them kind of weird in the way that they look, but they're still really cool, and I like the addition. And every time whenever you kill one of them, there we go. They always drop saddles when you kill them. So if you want an easier way than going into a dungeon to get a saddle, they're the things to go after, but you will not get it easily. Those things have a lot of health, and normally, if you find one of those, there's normally a pillager right around with it. Now the thing is, these guys when these guys spawn, iron golems will go after them. So if I spawn in a pillager next to an iron golem, he should get pretty well wrecked. Oh, why'd you toss him out? That's not good. There we go. So yeah, he two-shot him. So iron golems are really, really good against pillagers, and you want them in the village when a raid starts. Now, we're gonna jump over to the other one where I can show you how raids work. All right, guys. So we're in the other save. I don't have any of the weapons and stuff. There's a village, I believe, over there. Yep, there it is. So we get to look firsthand at what the raids look like, and the way that you trigger them, because they're not like a normal thing. So when you find one of these guys with a banner on their head, they're raid leaders. So if you kill these guys, you get an effect called Bad Omen. So what this does is, if you get a Bad Omen and you go into a village, it will start raids. And it's going a little slow because it's loading everything up. But if you go into a village, yep, so here we go. So here's the raid. It's got the little bar on the top of it. I don't know where the pillagers are coming from or how long it takes for them to get here or where they're going to spawn from. But the villagers start freaking out. They don't know what to do. And the pillagers will go like from house to house. Where are the raiders? Where's the raid pack? Or is it just the zombies? It might be the zombies, I guess. Let's see if it is. We'll go and kill a bunch of the zombies and see if they're the raid pack. Okay, so the zombies are the raid pack, I guess. Oh wait. Oh no, there they are. Okay, so here's the raid pack. They will go inside houses as well. So you got to be very careful with if you want these villages to okay, so the raiders are, where's the other one at? Oh, I hear him. Oh, yep, there he is. All right. So depending on what level you have what level your raid set at, or your bad omen level is. Oh, and the villagers will ring the bell so that everybody gets inside too. That's amazing. I didn't know they did that. Oh, and you can hear the bell too, or the battle horn. That is so cool. Oh, there they are. Holy cow, they're coming in hot. Oh my goodness, there's so many of them. And there's like evokers and stuff like that, and they're so happy because they successfully think they killed everything, but apparently I don't think they realize that I'm still here. So guys, that was a quick little look at the raids and everything that's going on with the new 1.14 update so far that they've developed. There's a couple other things with the raids that you guys can check out yourselves, because I did it on the video. I did it on a separate part of the video, but it took way too long. The video was going to be about 20 minutes longer than what it already is, and I don't want to put an hour-long video out for you guys to sort of have to suffer through if you want to watch all of this new stuff. But I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys learned quite a bit from this. I am planning on doing much more videos and much more mod showcases and things like that in the future. It's a little difficult. I'll probably put out a video explaining everything that's going on and why I've been gone so long and everything, but I might not. I might just continue on with Minecraft videos. So I really hope you guys enjoyed watching the video. I hope you guys learned a lot about the new snapshot and the new update that's coming out, and I hope to see you guys on future videos, commenting, liking, subscribing, all of that stuff. Thank you guys so much for all your patience and all your support of my channel, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!